Indira Gandhi once said, "To be liberated, women must feel free to be herself, not in rivalry to man, but in the context of her own capacity and her personality." I unquote. True freedom for women lies in the empowerment to define themselves on their own terms, independent of societal norms or gender-based expectations. It's about fostering environments where women can authentically express themselves, realizing their full potential and contributing to society in meaningful ways. Welcome to Her Story. Let me take this time to thank our location partner, Home Basics, for providing us with the most elegant and beautiful space to welcome and showcase the amazing women with her story. Let's meet our guests for today. Zangmo and Sonam Zangmo, two young women who defy stereotypes as they tear through the open roads on their motorbikes. With wind in their hair and adrenaline in their veins, they epitomize freedom and adventure on two wheels. Join us as we delve into their exhilarating journey, exploring the passion and determination that drive them forward. Get ready to be inspired by their fearless spirit and love for the open road on their bikes. Thank you so much for taking this time out to come on the show. First of all, welcome to Her Story. And the two of you actually are the youngest women on Her Story. You are Sonam Zangmo, and you are 19. You are, and you are
22. Right?
22. You are, yes, officially one of the youngest guests on the show. And I'm very proud to have the two of you. How are you doing, both of you?
First of all, I would like to thank BBS for having us on the show to talk about women empowerment, and I'm doing fine.
All right. What about you, Sonam?
I want to thank ma'am to giving us big platform for us, and I want to convey some message to our community that what men can do can be done also by women.
That's a very powerful message. You want to talk about women empowerment. You want to talk about how women can also do things that men can do. Great. You, Sonam, you have come all the way from Kinley.
Yes, la.
When I asked Kile to bring in a friend, and she decided to give you a call. You guys found each other on TikTok, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For this interview.
Yes, ma'am.
What made you drive all the way from Kinley to Thimphu for this 30 minutes interview?
Like, I want to face community that women also can ride a bike, and there is nothing that we girls cannot do, la.
All
That's
right.
why I came here, la.
All right. Thank you so much. How did your love for bike riding start?
I've always been the masculine type of girl in my family. I have two elder brothers, and I'm the youngest of all.
I see.
So I saw a picture of my dad who passed away recently, riding a bike. So that's what inspired me.
When was this?
After my dad passed away, I started riding bikes on 21 days of my father's death.
And this was which year?
I think now it's like 2 years.
2 years. It's been 2 years since you started riding bikes.
Yes.
And you started riding bikes 21 days after your dad passed away.
Yeah. My father means a lot to me because we have lots of attachment together. So that's why I thought I want to carry the legacy of my father's.
Wow. Okay. So biking to you has a very sentimental value.
Yes,
Ooh.
ma'am.
What about you, Sonam? How did you get interested in riding motorbikes?
Same like her. Like, when I was small, I saw my father riding a bike, and he looked so cool that I missed myself riding a bike, la.
Oh my gosh. So your father, do you have how many siblings do you have? And
Only me and sister, la. Elder sister.
So there's 2 girls in the family. Is your sister also riding bikes?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. And both of you were taught by your father.
Yes.
And how far ago was that?
Age of 17, la.
Okay, and you're 2 years. So you've both been riding bikes for 2 years. When you said, I want to ride bikes, for you, I'm sure you told that to your mom, that you want to ride a bike.
My brother taught me, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So your brother taught you. He was not worried. He just helped you learn.
Because, when I was small and when I used to go vacation for India, I used to rent a scooter, ma'am.
Okay.
Scooty,
Wow.
and I used to ride. So I think my mom was always like not so worried about me, ma'am.
she got trained after having two sons.
Yes, ma'am.
So she was okay with the daughter taking such big risks.
I think people around me have always been supportive towards me, ma'am.
I see. And you're blessed to have that.
Yes, ma'am. I think so, ma'am.
What about you? Do you feel the same, similar support in your family too? And how was your mom's reaction? I want to know when you decided to learn how to ride from your father.
Before they brought me bike, they gave me a lot of advice lah.
Okay.
Like don't speed up and this and
So both of you come from very supportive family regarding your passion.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I think that is important to identify. I always say for a woman to be successful, there has to be a whole village of people supporting her. You have a very supportive family, and so do you, and you guys are very lucky to have that. Let's talk about bikes. I don't know anything about bikes. What kind of bikes do you love riding?
I'm more into the heavy bikes, ma'am. Like especially if I have lots of money, I would buy the Harley Davidson, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
But right now, I am more into the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650cc, ma'am.
Okay, and what features about the bike, that bike, do you like?
It has a twin cylinder, ma'am.
I see.
And compared to sport bike, it's more meant for the long journey, ma'am.
I see. And what about you? What kind of bikes do you fancy?
right now I'm riding MT-15 Yamaha and like I'm into sports bike only, man.
The two different kinds of bikes that you mentioned, you like the heavy one, you like sports. They're not the same?
Different, ma'am.
Different, man.
what
All the CCs are different, man. 155cc and yours?
650.
650cc, man.
When you are on your bikes, driving around Thimphu or Phinceling town, what are the reactions that you get?
First of all, lots of people stare at us, which, as she said, which makes us very proud of ourselves.
I see.
And second of all, at night we usually face eve teasing, but more than that, people of Bhutan have always been supportive towards us, even in social media platform.
I see. Yes, I think it's important that I mentioned that I came to know about the two of you here through TikTok. I was just scrolling and I saw, and I couldn't believe it was Bhutanese girls doing this. So you guys have a really strong social media presence. What about Sonam? How do you feel? What kind of reactions do you get when you're riding around town?
I feel proud of myself when people stares at me, and some of the people ask me like, "How did you learn?" and "How's the feel?" That's all, man.
I see. And do you get nervous with so many people staring at you?
No, I don't get, man.
Oh, what about you?
Let me tell you a story, ma'am. While we were riding from Paro to Thimphu, there was one uncle, like what should I call him? Uncle, okay. So that uncle stopped like ahead of us, and he was running toward us because we stopped by Chunzom to have some tea or something like snacks. But then he came running toward us, and he was like, "I'm very proud of you. You know what? I passed by you, but I parked my car running. I came running towards you." I love the ma'am. So I think that's how these people are, ma'am.
Okay.
Very supportive.
This anecdote highlights how supportive the community is, the Bhutanese people are. So this man particularly came to tell you how proud he is that you are riding a bike as a woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, okay, all right. This is very encouraging. Have you had any experiences like that where people have come to you? Like it almost feels like you're a celebrity of some sort. Because the female bike riders community in Bhutan is not big, I'm guessing.
I have seen two men,
Okay.
two elder sisters, but they went abroad.
I see.
Some people say like that, but within Bhutan now, I think there are 6 of them now.
And they're all in Thimphu?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you?
I'm counting her is like 6 of them, ma'am.
Oh, no. Would you know anybody in Phinceling though?
No, ma'am.
No,
There's
just
no
you.
one.
So usually, I think it's one of the things that motorcyclists love doing. They love riding in herds, in groups, because this is such a proud moment for them, going groups. You don't get to do that in Phinceling.
No, ma'am.
No. Were there any people who you've come across that said, you shouldn't do that or you can't do that because you're a girl? Or you're not a good girl because you ride bikes?
I think some of them, but when we try to convince them and tell that this is not what we were doing, or this is what we are meant to do, and this is for the women empowerment, or for the women, for women type nahi, they understand, ma'am.
So but you ride the bike not for the women. You ride the bike. Who do you ride your bike for?
Actually, when my brother used to go for a weekend ride, ma'am, they always used to go in the groups, ma'am. So there are lots of boys and none of the girls, ma'am. So I thought, when men can, why can't women? So I started riding bike from there, ma'am, first, second of all. Then I went with my brothers and all. Then what amazed me is, ma'am, there's only few of us riding bikes, no, ma'am. So there are lots of guys who rides in group inviting us. So it's obviously a woman anyway, ma'am.
What are some big challenges being a Bhutanese girl riding bikes?
Nothing, ma'am, actually. It's just that we can't carry the heavy bikes, ma'am.
Okay.
If we happen to fall down, we can't pick it up back, ma'am.
I see. What about safety? Safety in terms of you riding your bike from one place to the other, like Kinley to Thimphu. Do you feel safe on your bikes?
Yes, ma'am. We have to be enough confident while riding a bike, and we should not speed up.
I see. Okay. And let's talk about gears. Where do you buy your biking gears from? Because you guys look so well put together and really, you do look like you are a motorcyclist in Maga. Where do you how do you manage to equip yourself with such cool gears?
My parents, my mother, she contacts some of the people who are like outside Bhutan to send me the gears. Actually, I don't wear gears around Thimphu, but when I go outside from Thimphu only, I wear the gears.
Wow, okay. And you?
When our family went to Siliguri, and I brought it from there.
I see. Okay, so because it's convenient for you, you live in Kinley. Okay. Have you ever taken passengers with you? Yes? Do you feel an extra responsibility when you're riding?
Yeah, we should be more careful.
Do you feel extra pressure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? What about you?
It depends, ma'am. If that person know how to ride bike, it's very easy for me to turn around also, ma'am.
Oh, no. So it matters if your
With
passengers...
the pillion rider, ma'am.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, all right. Kinley and Sonam, if you could tell me one childhood memory that has helped you shape the woman that you are now, the young woman that you are now.
My father motivated me how to ride a bike, and when I was small, age of 15, I guess, I saw him riding a bike, and he looked so cool, and I imagined myself riding a bike, and I told my father that teach me how to ride a bike, but that time I was too small that I cannot handle the bike, and when I turned into 18 years old, and he taught me how to ride a bike, and within 1 week I pick up like how to ride a bike, and by age of 19 they brought me a bike, and now
So that was a memory that you really cherish.
yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I think it's my father as a role model to me, ma'am, because he was always humble, kind to the people. So that's where I look up to him. So after he passed away, it affected our family a lot, ma'am. But still then, I just thought that someone has to walk through his footsteps. So I think my father played a very important role in my life to shape where I am now.
I see. Is there any particular memory that you so dearly cherish?
I think when I was very small, we used to go vacation towards Samchila. So he brought me a cycle, ma'am. So that's where I started the journey of the two-wheeler thing, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, and then it didn't stop.
Yes,
It just
ma'am.
went
I
on
went on,
thereafter.
ma'am.
Wow. What are your biggest fears?
As for me, I think my biggest fear would be actually, ma'am, I'm not that kind of girl who fears something, but I fear that about my fats, ma'am, because I get lots of criticism that I have never been called, okay, you're this girl, oh my God. I've always been called, oh my God, you're so fat, thing, ma'am. So that's what scares me. I'm like more self-conscious about me. So I fear that, okay, the other people would see me fat or something else, ma'am.
That's your insecurity.
Yes,
I think as humans, especially if you are constantly in check with yourself, everybody has insecurities. You're very brave to say this, and but I think there's so much more to you than just your physical appearance or how much you weigh more. And as you grow older, it is tough right now, I understand that. As you grow older, trust me, you will see that you have so much more to give to your family, to your friends, and to the society than just your weight or your appearance. That is the last thing you will think about. You have enough substance in you. What about Kile?
Till now, I haven't faced any fear, lah. Like,
What keeps you up at night? Like what worries you? What makes you lose your sleep? Nothing?
nothing.
Okay, all right. Now that you have your bikes, what do you expect to do with it in the future?
I want to start making vlogs and travel whole Bhutan and also India or other countries. And I don't care what people says about me or she's still riding a bike, being old. I don't care what people says. I will do my own what makes me happy.
Wow, okay, that's a big dream, and I wish you all the luck for this. I want to see a vlog about you exploring the corners of the country on your bike, right?
I want to do it like 50-50, like the men's do it, man. I want to keep going with my hobbies, focus on my career at the same time, man. When I'm already breaking the stereotype, why can't I break when I'm ahead, like, of 10 years ago, man?
You might not realize how inspiring you are. You're young, but there are so many women who are looking at you, older women like my age, and women who are older than me too. They must look at you and be in wonder and feel very proud of the stance you're taking on this. We have come to the last question, and this is what I call the Barbara Walters question. It's a fill in the blank, very easy or very tough depending on the kind of person you are. I'm going to give you one sentence. We're going to start with Kile first, okay? Kile Zangmo is?
More like a masculine type of girl who loves challenges, especially adrenaline rush, man.
Sonam Zangmo is?
Proud and brave girl.
I would solve the global warming because I think climate change has been the biggest worries of our world. So that's why I would love to change the global warming and convince people about the climate change. I would obviously win the lottery next year because I don't believe in true love. Though I have my father and mother as a role model of it, but still then I feel as a woman I want to be more independent than being in the love. I don't feel the need of knowing the secrets from the strangers than my parents. I feel I'm very open to my parents that they share each and every secret towards me. Motorcycle has always been a part of my life, and it plays something very sentimental feelings towards me. So I think I won't give up.
I would be funniest person in the room because I like to entertain our friends or anybody lah. Is I will bring them back to life. We can also like come up with new memories and create new memories lah. Bike, like riding a bike is my it's like a passion to me now, and I will do what makes me happy.
Highlighting women's stories is crucial for amplifying diverse perspectives, fostering inclusivity, and challenging societal norms. By sharing their experiences, women inspire others, break stereotypes, and pave the way for gender equality. It's through the recognition of women's voices and narratives that we can build a more equitable and inclusive world for future generations. Remember, your story is part of the greater narrative of change and progress. Until next time, keep writing your own her story.